Hi everyone. Today I'm Richard. Today my topic is write Ruby code to change Ruby code. First, please allow me to introducing myself first. I'm the founder at Xiaoming Labs, and I'm also a full-stack developer and open source enthusiast. My web account is FlyerHCM, so you can find me on GitHub, Twitter, and other social network. First, let me say what's the problem we are facing. One day, Aspect 3 was released, and it introduced many new syntax. So our manager just asked our developer, said, hey, let's use Aspect new syntax for project A. And the developer was very excited because he said, yes, sure, I love the Aspect new syntax. And several days later, the manager asked the developer again and said, hey, let's use Aspect new syntax for project B. The developer said, okay, but he's not excited anymore. And yeah, you know that another several days later, the manager said, hey, let's use Aspect new syntax for project C. But this time, the developer said, oh no, I don't want to repeat it again. So the developer looks unhappy. So in my experience that developers love upgrading and refactoring code, they think it's cool. But they also hate changing the code again and again. So this is the problem we are facing. As we are a consulting company, we have to repeat the change in different kind of projects, but sometimes developer complains about that. So we are always thinking if we can do these changes automatically. Then we found some metric tools that may help. Some metric tools like Kin, it will fail your build if code quality thresholds are not met. And Rig is a tool that examines Ruby classes, modules, and methods, and reports any code smear it finds. And the Rails best practice is a tool to check the quality of Rails code, and many other metric tools. But most tools, they can tell you what you should do, but they can't do the change for you. So we trying to find other solutions. First, we found IDE. Frankly speaking, I'm a Vim fan, so I never use IDE for Ruby programming, but I know that there are many awesome Ruby IDEs like the RubyMine and the Atom. IDE are great. They can rename classes, class, method, variable name, and they can extract methods. They can do a lot of handy refactor ways for you. But you can't customize it. So the refactor behaviors in IDE are predefined, so you can only use them. You can't create your own refactor behavior. So for the Aspect new syntax case, it doesn't help. So we think if we can do the change based on text, so we pass the Ruby source code as a big string, and then we can add, replace, or remove any substrings as we like. So here's an example. We want to replace factory girl.create with just create. It's called the factory girl short syntax. So we can use the Linux command sed. Here it will look for all the spec files and find all factory girl.create string, then replace them with just create. We can also do that by writing the Ruby code. Like here is the Ruby code that will scan all the files in the spec directory. We read the files one by one and just replace all the string factory girl.create with create, then write back to the file. But it's hard to be accurate. For example, if the factory girl.create is in comment or it's in the in the string, so you should not convert it to the right side. But just for me, that I think it's difficult. It's hard to cover all the cases that what you should convert, what you should not convert. And it's also hard to convert complicated cases. Like user.find is the Rails2 style query, and the user.where is the Rails3 query. Do you think you can convert just from Rails2 query style to Rails3 query style just based on text? I think it's very, very difficult. So we find another solution. We can change the code based on AST. So what's AST? AST is short for abstract syntax tree. This is an example. So left side is the Ruby code, and the right side is the corresponding AST node. So you can see it. The AST node is very easy to read and understand. It said it's a class node, and the class name is constant RubyKaigi. There's no parent class, and the class body contains two method definitions. Neither of them have argument, and the first date method return an array with two strings, and the location method just return a string. Yeah, it's clear and easy. So why we use AST? Because we think it's much more accurate to parse your Ruby code. For example, for the factory girl.create cases, if the factory girl.case string is in comment, the AST parser will just ignore it. If it is in string, it will indicate very clearly. It said the factory girl is a string. And if the last one is said it's a method call, so you can clearly see it's a send node. The message created is sent to constant factory. So if we use the AST node, we can easily just ignore the first three string style factory girl.create and just convert the the method call, the factory girl.create. Okay, this is for the Rails2 style user.find. So you can see the AST node will clearly say to you that it is a send node. The message find is sent to the constant user, and the arguments there are two arguments. The first one is the symbol or, and the last one is a hash argument, and it lists all the key value pairs. So we can just use this to convert the code. Okay, so how to use the AST? So there are already several libraries that help you to translate your Ruby code to AST node. So the first one, Reaper, it is a standard Ruby library introduced from Ruby 1.9. And you can also use parser tree, Ruby parser, and parser gems to get the AST nodes. I will show you some example. They are based on the last parser gem. So this is the code that based on parser gem that it can rewrite your code. This is the same example, right? Like the factory.create to create style. So you can see the code. It will listen on the send node. It will check if the message is create, and if the message is sent to the constant factory girl, then it will fetch the arguments. Maybe it's post anyway, and it replaces the code with just create and the original argument. Yeah, that's it. It can do the conversion, but you see that it used the children typo, type children, so it's not readable. So it still takes time for you to understand what it does. There's also an example repository. It's called the transspec. Transspec is used to convert all your RSpec code automatically to the RSpec new syntax. It's perfect. This is a snippet in transspec that it will convert the be true to be true C and be false to be false C. This is a new syntax introduced from RSpec 299. But it still takes some time to read and understand what it does. So the solution based on AST, it's accurate, but it's hard to read and write. So we create a new gem named Synvert to solve the problem that the solution based on AST is hard to read and write. Okay, I will show some demos. So let's see what Synvert can do first. Okay, this is an old repository. I want to convert to use the factory girl short syntax. First, the working directory is clean. Now let's see the Synvert options. Synvert is a command now, just a command. Then it has some options. You can list snippets, you can show, you can sync, you can run the snippet. First, let's see the available snippets. So we already have some snippets. We can check the syntax. We can do something for factory girl, for Rails. Upgrade the Rails syntax. This time we will use the factory girl usual syntax. And we also have some snippets for RSpec, for Ruby, for Shorter, and for well-paginate. So let's show how factory girl use short syntax does. So it does, oh, sorry. Okay, this snippet, it does two things. First, it adds factory girl syntax methods module to RSpec, test unit, or Cucumber, and the other testing frameworks. And second, it will convert your factory girl code to short syntax like the factory girl.create to create, factory girl.build to build, and lots of other things. So now let's run it. Run factory girl use short syntax. It started and then done. So let's check the working directory. Mini chains. First, let's check the spec helper. So you see it add a new line that include the factory girl syntax methods to the RSpec. And let's check the feature support env. It's the Cucumber file. So it will add, also it adds the factory girl syntax method to the factory girl, to the Cucumber test framework. Now let's see other chains. So you see it convert the factory girl.build to build, and mini factory girl.create to create. Yeah, lots of chains. So you don't need to change these things by yourselves one by one. So I think it will save lots of time for you. Yeah, all of them. Okay. So this is a very simple demo. Let's show you some more interesting. So we have a test application. It's run on Rails 3.2. And I want to upgrade to Rails 4.2 or 4.0. So you know that from Rails 3.2 to 4.0, it's many deprecations and many configuration chains. So let's do it. For some reason, we have still some queries using Rails 2.3 style. So I want to convert them first. So let's list. See. So first I will convert the model 2.3 to 3.0. It will change the query style. Synvert run Rails convert model 2.3 to 3.0. Okay. It may take some seconds. Okay. Done. So let's check the working directory. First, the old style is all include blah blah blah, and the new one is just use the include methods and blah blah blah. And yeah, this is also include. And okay, this one, it changed the default scope. Before we in Rails 2.3, it's just use the order hash to default scope, but the new style in Rails 3, it's use the order method. Yeah, that's it. The default scope, order. Okay, this is another example that it will convert first conditions, blah, blah, blah. And sorry, it's not displayed here. It just changed to where, blah, 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 and the dot first. Okay, here is default scope. Yeah, all of them. It's also changed find all to just use all in Rails 3. Okay, let's add them. Then we want to upgrade Rails. Let's show it again. Okay, we want to upgrade Rails 3.2 to 4.0. So let's run Sinvert, run Rails upgrade 3.2 to 4.0. It may take longer. Let's wait. I probably need to add the post progress bar to this command. It should be a new feature. Okay, then let's check the status of working directory. As you can see, we have lots of chains here. So let's see what are they. First is rename before filter to before action, after filter to after action. This is Rails 4 change. And okay, it changed the find by blah 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 to where blah 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 dot first. This is find by dynamic method is already deprecated in Rails 4, so I will automatically change for you. Before action, action. I can find by convert to where first. Okay, it's a new example that in Rails 4, it's enforce you to pass the lambda to scope and the default scope. So here, the red line is the old style. It's use just the param, just the param to the default scope. But the new one, you should just pass the lambda to scope and default scope. And the same one, default scope with lambda. It's just a find by. Here you see the find by name and the parent ID, and I change to where name is blah blah and the parent ID is blah blah dot first. Default scope, default scope, default scope. Okay, this is the configuration change. In Rails 4, it just removed all the bundler required style. It just use one line bundler square default Rails env. And I also add some configuration that according to the Rails 4 upgrade guideline, it said I should add a config eager-loader. I should remove some deprecated configuration. I should add the secret key. Yeah, that's it. There are many chains. Maybe it's not shown here, but you can use it in your repository. Okay, so let's add it. I will also show you another example. You know that we use this repository with Ruby 2. From Ruby 1.9, it introduced the new hash syntax. So we still in this repository we still use the old Ruby 1.8 hash syntax. So we also can do the conversion by Sinvert. So let's check. Oh, okay. We set the Ruby new hash syntax. Sinvert run Ruby new hash syntax. It will find all check all the Ruby file and try to convert the new Ruby hard syntax. Lots of changes. Okay, let's check the diff. Okay, you see the alert. The upside is the old style, and the bottom side is the new style. And you can see the same change. So I have to say, if you manually change this code, it probably take half or maybe 1 or half hour, 1 or 2 hours for you. And but with Invert, it's just a command run and just less than 1 minute. Yeah, lots of change. Okay, yeah, this is the demo. Let's go back. Okay, next, this is the snippet. So you can write this snippet to convert your Ruby source code. It's the same example comparing to the transspec example. It converts the be true to be trueC and the be false to be falsE. So I think it's easy to read and understand. So first, you want to initialize the rewriter. You give it group name and the snippet name. You describe how it works. You will check the gem version. So if it's the aspect gem, if the version greater than or equal to 299, I will do the conversion. Otherwise, I just ignore. And within files, it will try to find the spec files. And as you can see with node, it will try to find the type send. It will find the send node, and it will try to find if the message is be true or be false, then replace with the be trueC and the be falsE. So comparing to our transspec code, I think it's more single style is easier to read, and it uses less code and easy to read and write. But unlike transspec, transspec is just focus on the aspect, but Invert you can do anything you like to change the Ruby source code. Okay, so what Invert does, it mainly does two things. It adds some useful attributes to AST node, so you can use like the receiver message, some stuff, and provide DSL to pass the rewrite code. So here are some DSL like description, if gem within files, replace, essentially. Okay, let's introduce some attributes for the AST node, which introduced by Invert. Okay, the code is factory_girl.create post. So in AST, it's a send node. Invert adds some attributes like the receiver for this send node is just factory girl, and the message attribute is create, and the arguments attribute is post. For the class definition, like the class admin, inherit user, ATD accessor name, the class node, it has the attributes name is admin, and the parent class is user, and the body is ATD accessor name. For the code aspect.config, do config.order equal random. So Invert adds some attributes like caller for the block node is aspect.config, and arguments is config, and the body is config.order equal random. So you can use these attributes to easily write your snippets. And you can check out more attributes in our document website. And Invert also adds some DSLs like within file, so it's asked to find specified Ruby source code, Ruby files. And with node and within node, it's trying to find the specified AST node. And also add if exists node, unless exists node, it will add some condition. So only the condition met, then it will continue. You can also use append, insert after replace, remove to add, replace, and then remove your source code. And there are many other DSLs. So you can check out more DSL on our document website. Okay, this is like a template of the Singvert snippet. So first you should initialize a rewriter of Singvert. You should pass the group name and the snippet name. So the demo I show you, like the group name can be like a factory girl or the Ruby or the Rails, and the snippet is more specifies like use the short syntax or upgrade, blah, blah, blah. And the description DSL, just you can use it to describe what it does. So other developers can easily understand what the snippet does. Then the if gem, it will check the gem name and the gem version in the gem file.log. So only the gem version met our condition, then it will continue work. And within files, try to find the specified Ruby files, and for each file or each matching file, so you can use the with node to find the specified ASD node, and you can also check like if the node does not exist, then I will insert it, or you can just replace with or remove code. We also built a playground, so you can easily use it to test if your snippet rewrite code as you expected. Here I also show some example. Okay, this is the Singvert tools. It's the playground. First, it will. This is the source code, and this is the snippet. Then it will show the written code. So compared to the source code, it's factory girl.create, then it convert to just create. Okay, there's also, it will also convert your code to AST node, so you can easily to check if, first you can examine the AST nodes. It also have the matching tools. So you can define the rules, then it will tell you if the rules can find some specified code. Okay, let's try, okay, let me remove them. Okay, let's try result equal 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. And we expect our result dot should equal 3. Okay, this is the old aspect syntax. So it should be converted to expect result 2 equal 3, right? Okay, first let's see what's the AST node. It's a block node. The message it, the string is text post. The block body has two statements. First is local variable assignment, 1 plus 2 to result, and the other is send the result should equal 3. So we should match this, find this AST node. We should find the send node whose message is shared, and we will change its, the receiver, and this is the arguments. So let's see if we can match these rules. So this is code, we try to match it. We don't care about the receiver, so remove it. We should see the message is short. Then you will see it will find the source code, means these rules will match the corresponding AST node. It finds the result dot should equal to 3. Then let's copy the rules. And in the playground, let's say, okay, let's replace it. Okay, we try to find the AST node whose type is send and message is short. So you can see this replaced to create equals 3, but this is what we expected because we didn't change this replace with code. Okay, let's say we should expect .2, right? So we should say what we expect should be the original argument, original receiver of the send node. The send node, it should be receiver here. So you will see the result here, and we will add the arguments back. So you see the equal 3 here. So this is exactly the same we expect here. Exactly the same. So interesting. Okay, I will show a more complicated case, like user.find all conditions active true. All the updated at descending. And the limit to 10. Okay, what we expect is user.where active true the order updated at descending. And the limit 10. Yeah. So we should convert it from Rails 2 query style to Rails 3. It's a bit complicated, so I will reuse the code I already defined in GitHub. So we will try and find the Rails bit. They convert the model 2322 to 30. Okay, I will copy here. This code, you will pass the hash params of the old Rails 2 query. It will convert to the new Rails 3 style. The snippet, I will add it here. And I also want to find all. Yeah, this is what we need. We copy it. So let's see what this snippet does. It said it wants to find the send AST node. It will check its message if the message is fine, and check the arguments if it has 2 arguments, and the first is symbol all. Then we said it's what we want to find. Then we can change the code. So replace it here. I guess some typo. Let me check. Condition. Okay. Okay, you see, with the code we already convert the Rails 2 query to the Rails 3 queries. For other case, like if we don't the old query, we don't find all, we just use the first with conditions, or the no limit. Yeah, if the old Rails 2 style is the user.first condition in order, so the expectation is no limit we should add the first at the end of this conversion. Okay, that's back. So we'll see it doesn't, the snippet didn't do any change because it doesn't match. It will check the arguments with 2, but this is just one argument. So first we will change the message to first, and the argument size just 1. We don't need to check the first one is all. Yeah, you see it's already changed to user the where active order update at, but we still need dot first, so let's add it. Plus dot first. Yeah, just it. It converts to exactly what we want. Okay. Okay, this is playground. Okay, snippets. Synvert has 2 parts. It has the synvert core. In synvert core, it will add attributes to AST node. It will define the DSL, but we still have the synvert snippets, which build on the top of the synvert core. It just writes the snippets to write the code. So I can show some example to you. So this is the snippets we use to convert Rails 2.3 to 3.0 queries. So you can see, oh, this is too complicated. Let's find some simple one. Battery girl. Okay, each code each snippet is just find the specified file, find the specified node. If you want to insert some code, you need to check the code doesn't exist, then you insert it. And if you want to write the code, replace, you just find and just replace them. Yeah, that's it. You can, I think these snippets most of them are readable and you can check offline. We already have some snippets on GitHub, but if you want more, so you can fork our repository and send pull requests to us, or you can open issues on GitHub and we will try to implement them for you. Or you can hire us to refactor your projects. And thank you. Yeah.